Hello and welcome to episode 222. That's three twos in a row for for the 70th of October 2024 is what it says. Apparently I have a typo there. It's 17, not 70. So uh I'd like to introduce you to our dyslexia awareness program that we're going to launch today. Apparently, because I can't tell what numbers are. So anyhow, 222 episodes. We're in the home stretch for wrapping up the format of the show as it is now before we change formats for going into the new year. And I'd like to welcome back to the program. G-Webs doesn't join us very much, but Gun Websites himself here to keep me company for a few minutes this evening. And welcome back to the program. Appreciate you. You're welcome to be just a logo, or you can put the puppy on screen. You do whatever you want, man.
I can bring him over here if you want. Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Yeah. Good to see you. And since you hadn't been here in a while, why don't you just real quick talk about what are the big things you're doing right now? Like if someone wants to catch you on your channel, when are the kind of recurring programs that you do?
Probably the most frequent or the most periodic is the Friday show. And then we do a show on Saturdays, I guess. And then I'll often do other shows throughout the week. So as time and need require. Here's a list. There we go. If my camera works, my camera just glitched out a minute ago.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. I'd have to restart to get my camera back, I think.
Oh, look at that. You got a shady looking dude on there. All right. So Gizzard Gary's out there with the three O's. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for joining us this evening. And for anyone else who shows up, this goes better when it's an interactive program. Look at that. We are on Rumble. I just got the notification we are live on Rumble. Always fun when we're live over there. As far as we know. Yeah. So for this week, I actually have been busy. I'm one of those late people with corporate taxes. I don't do them until the last minute. So I got tied up doing those. Didn't get anything published because part of my procrastination routine is doing anything but taxes or real work. So I had a little bit of that going the last week. We didn't get anything actively published from the written review side. If anyone cares to go check out what we've been doing, I'll actually, you know what? Let me drag this to the other screen and I'll share that with you because why not? I'm going to show you what the things I have been working on. I have got work done. It's just not a lot of the written stuff. So there we go. We'll share screen 2 and put that up on the screen. And of course, once again, I'm showing you the GearReport store on Amazon where you can see some of the videos I put up in the last week or so. The really cool thing that you'll notice if you go there and check it out is a welder, and I went over to Jose Juan's workshop, and he needed to build a base for his CNC machine. So he cut the metal and used the CNC machine to make the curves that he needed so he could put it together. And we put some clamps and magnets on it to hold everything just right, and tried some MIG welding, flux core MIG wire welding, and then some stick welding with this new Lotus MIG 225 welder. That was kind of fun. I hadn't done much welding in a while. I have a few welders. Actually, Jose Juan's got 2 of them. And one of them is in my garage, but we did some of that. We worked out his lathe a little bit. I had acquired some aluminum round stock. So we are gradually, I hadn't done any machining in a couple decades. So I'm knocking the rust off. Jose's learning how to do all this stuff, and we'll be able to make some cool stuff soon. You'll also notice that I've got some different things on there featuring nuts. And here they are from Oh Nuts. We've got for 10 weeks, I should have a new thing of nuts every week. And I'm trying to use catchy titles on some of these. Like this one says, everyone wants these nuts in their mouth. And I'm trying to do interesting things like that, but different trays with nuts and dried fruit from O Nuts, and I think 10 weeks in a row we're going to have that. So that should be interesting, I think. And G, did you say you got? Did they send you any yet, or are you still waiting for those?
I don't think I'll get any of those nuts.
That's a shame. That's a shame. You got to learn how to play the nut politics. If you want those nuts in your mouth, you got to say the right thing. Yeah, that completely came out as I intended, but not in a serious manner. So, anyhow, that's where I've been spending most of my. I've had a lot of non-productive taxes avoidance activity in the last week, but when I've done things, it's generally been to get things up on Amazon before we hit the deep part of Q4 when people are looking to buy things. So go check out the GearReport store on Amazon if you haven't done that yet.
I would say that the fourth quarter is the quarter that sells the most nuts.
You would certainly think so.
Because the most nut-related holidays, I would think. You don't give nuts to anybody for Mother's Day or Valentine's Day, really.
Well, I think that really, see, that's going to go off the rails if I even start that. I don't even want to go there, right? I mean, you wouldn't give your mother nut, but maybe Dad would. So that's not your parent specifically. I'm not saying that about your mother. I mean, in general, because that's a fun discussion for me. Oh my goodness! It looks like TJ may be joining us. That's amazing. We'll see if he lets himself in here in a second. And I thought I would also show, and I wonder if you have this one, Civivi Star Flare. Do you have that one, G? Because I know I notice when I look on Amazon as I post different Civivi knife content.
I don't think I have that one.
I'll often open it up and look, and I'm like, son of a bitch, Gary's already got that, or G's already got that.
I think they only send me the button lock ones. They every once in a while send me a liner lock or something else, but I think I told them once I like the button locks, and I think they remembered that and just sent me those.
Well, it's nice of them. Yeah, I've been requesting them. Yeah, Gary must have shown up right after I said, hey, look at that. I've got the wrong date in the title. So, yeah, we didn't get a new calendar. I'm just dyslexic. So, and Gary says he has the Star Flare. So here's what it looks like. It's a folder. And like G alluded to, it's not, aluminum scales. It's not a liner lock. It's a button lock. And I am very much a fan of the button lock over the liner lock as well. That's an interesting.
And I feel like I should get it then.
You should. I
don't like the looks of it that much, but that doesn't mean nothing. I changed my mind over time, so
it's definitely a different look. This is more of a postmodern kind of swoopy 60s looking curviness, I think, for the scales. But then when you open it up,
I was thinking about the blade. That looks a little weird.
More pointy and odd looking. Yeah,
it's a flat blade. It is. Okay,
but it's not flat on the axis where you hold the handle. It actually, if you look at where your hand is, the blade kind of curves up and away from the axis of the handle, which I think is a little odd. I'm used to a blade that's kind of flat across on the same plane as where you're gripping, right? So, but I don't know. I've never stabbed a bitch with something that's shaped like this. Maybe it's better. So, or, used it as a tool.
Yeah, maybe for chopping up something on a cutting board or whatever, maybe it's better.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, there we go. Civivi Star Flare. It is the most unique of the Civivi knives that I have received to take a look at and document and share videos of. And the jury is out for me on whether I really love that one or not. TJ looks bored by it. I'll be honest.
I just heard about stabbing bitches. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in here, see what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I know you had some connectivity issues last week, so I think if I remember right. So I thought, what, I'll let you let yourself in when you're ready. Yeah, so nothing flooded for you, right?
Nah, we're good, dude. Just lost power for a day or so, but I got the generator hooked up, so we're good.
All right.
I had plenty of beverages to stay hydrated with, so
or something like that. There's comments for you, TJ.
I know. I was disappointed as well, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Because I guess when it was time to make the decision about going to that event, you were still kind of looking like maybe it was gonna weather-wise wasn't gonna be too bad.
Yeah, we started prepping the where I work at for minimal destruction, so we didn't have too much that went wrong. So, but it took a good week and a half to knock it out. Now I got to put it all back. That's what I've been doing.
Right.
Good times.
That does sound fun. Yeah, so you were missed. There were a number of people who were like, "Where the hell's TJ?" Like, yeah. Have you seen the weather? He's from Florida, right? Except for Rich. Rich was like, I don't know why he's not here. Because
Rich is like, my house is fine.
He just pays to avoid the weather.
Maybe. Yeah.
It was heading north of him. It was heading right through us. So he was okay. He was down south.
If you tip enough, then the weather just leaves you alone.
Yeah. So, okay, show of hands. And the puppy can just raise an ear or something, whatever. Who believes that the government is controlling the weather? Anyone?
They can see the clouds, so why wouldn't they be able to strategically see the clouds in a place that it has effect, like a butterfly effect?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that the government. I'm not going to say that the government created or directed any of the hurricanes, but I will say that I would never put it past our government to do something like that. Like, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So, yeah. Influencing, yes. Which means the government should have a TikTok and they can be influencers then, apparently. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they did or not, but I certainly wouldn't say, oh no, that's the craziest thing ever. It could never happen, because who knows what kind of technology is out there. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if it's a capability and they are doing it, but wouldn't surprise me if they're not either. Let's see. Chris is here from the 740. Good to see you, man. It is a good evening. It's always a good evening when we get the crew together and we're able to hang out and chit chat for a little bit. And tonight we're kind of talking about knives because I didn't publish anything because, this is the time of year when I'm supposed to be doing my taxes. And I don't like doing my taxes, so I put it off and I do other stuff. But I didn't do, like, I made a bunch of Amazon videos, but I didn't do like any of the other real work I was supposed to. So anyhow, which is why I've got a couple Civivi knives. The EX1 here, I may have shown this one on the program a couple weeks ago, but check that
Can you make
out.
it smaller? Nice. Can you make it smaller on the screen?
Could I make it smaller? How's this? Yeah.
There you go. Why not make it full screen? What's the point?
Can you shave with it?
You got all that Damascus going.
So defense dad.
I could. These guys again. I know, isn't that crazy? 3 Yos from Defense Dad, throwing them all out right away. Boy, that is presumptive, dude. I love the bravery of being able to commit early to, I'm just going to throw the Yos out there.
Yeah.
And they may fall on their face and the show may suck, but I threw the Yos out there. I love that confidence, and it's very much appreciated. Here at GWeb's urging, I didn't want to be rude to minimize the other people, but check this out. The Damascus blade, or at least Damascus look. They say it's Damascus. I have questions about some of the different brands. Is it really Damascus, or are they laser etching it to make it Damascus? I don't know enough about these to really know, but I do see some like ridges and layers that lead me to believe that maybe it actually is. And I got this with the wood scales so that I can put on the laser engraver and engrave like a GearReport or whatever. I can engrave whatever I want on there. So it won't be a penis. I guarantee you that. I don't understand the the people, usually veterans, that have an infatuation with drawing penises on things. But we won't be doing that. We'll probably put like a Gear Report logo on it or something. Oh, geez. All right. Well, he must have had a long day if Defense Dad's worried about following.
He's working. He's always working.
Looks like a Buffalo Bills logo on the blade. Yeah,
it did kind of look like the Buffalo.
It does. Yeah, look at that. I had not really noticed that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, see, now every time someone talks about the Buffalo Bills, I had a friend for a few decades, used to work with him, was in my wedding, or came to my wedding at least. Recently, same age as me, roughly, recently got sick, found himself like almost instantly in the hospital, like, ooh, I don't feel good. And then like the next day he's in a coma, and he ended up passing away. Like, I don't know if they ever even figured out what it was, but he was a rabid Bills fan. It's been a week and a half maybe since he passed, and one of his kids logs in and posts two things. Whenever the Bills do well, he posts something, and whenever Dallas gets beat, he posts something about ha, Dallas loses again, because that's what his dad used to do. So
yeah, everybody hates Dallas for some reason.
Yeah, I find all the sports bowl rivalry things a bit silly, but all right. What's this one?
Buffalo. What else is there?
We're just going to keep looking. And Cindy, I'm pretty sure that this is one that we looked at weeks ago. Yeah, it is. This is the carbon fiber one. We don't need to look at this one again. I mean, we can because it's cool. It's another one of those Damascus type blades.
Don't you have a rainbow of lights over there? Why do you got all the lights out and a little candle going or whatever you got going on there?
Do what?
I thought you had like a big rainbow of LED lights above you, like half a halo.
I do. Yeah.
It's just half a halo, yes.
See, I can move it so you can see part of it. And I may have it too bright. Is that better? So you see
it wasn't really showing the knife very good before.
Oh, I can turn it up. How's that?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm burning my retinas.
It just got worse.
Yeah.
It's got worse. You got tanner though. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So anyhow, I meant to show one of the other ones. I think I have it's almost like a knife store here. I've just got stacks of
I bet.
What's your preferred way to store knives in a collection or whatever?
In a box on the floor beside my desk, apparently.
He's just rattling around everywhere. He's shuffling past them.
Yeah. This one, I think we may have shown this on a prior show too, but I thought it was neat. I actually shot a couple videos of this one today, and let's see. I thought it was neat because I recently had a brand offer to send me 100 razor blades, and I was like, "Do I look like a coke addict?" And then was like, "I'm not sure. I want to hear the answer to that." But this one is what did I say this was again? The Elementum. Yes, Elementum. But instead of being a normal knife, it is the utility knife. So it has just the little utility blade. And that's what someone had asked if they could send me to make a video on. So I was like, hey, look at that. I have had no knives that use that blade. And then when someone asked, magically this showed up like the next day. It was fortuitous. I think that the stars aligned and said, you are destined to own this Civivi Elementum utility knife. And apparently in the Elementum, they have like a normal bladed knife as well. And this is specifically the utility version. But I'm having fun learning about these knives. I'm not the expert that someone like a Gizzard Gary is with knives, or the esteemed G-Webs, who has been doing knives for a long, long time. But I'm having fun playing with them and seeing what looks cool and what doesn't. Look at that.
There's the Elementum 2. That's the standard one.
Yeah.
Basic. I really like it.
Oh, look at that. Knives, we start talking about knives and the bird
here
man.
It is.
Like, I gotta be there.
Man, I tell you what now. Yeah,
I tell you
you're speaking my language now.
Yeah. Okay, so it's test time for Gary. I'm going to hold up a Civivi knife, and let's see if Gary can successfully identify it. Here we go. One side. There's
He
the
might
other
know the
side.
model number and
X1.
everything.
X1.
Do I have that one? Oh, the X1. Oh, I would have known from the blade. Yeah, that's X1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I have it in the wrong box then.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Here, I want you to get a good look at it. Hold on.
It's Damascus. Wow.
Do you think it's real Damascus, or is it like they laser it to make it look Damascus?
Svivi says it is real Damascus.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have no reason to doubt their authenticity.
I think we all have one of those. We could compare the
Yeah.
patterns and see if they're all exactly.
Yeah,
What's
I can't remember if mine's a Damascus blade or not.
So the box that this was in, unless I put it in the
I don't
wrong
have one.
box, the box says it is a Nugs, N-U-G-Z.
I don't think it's that.
Uh-uh.
That looks like a
that?
slopey looking knife.
Okay,
Oh, Jeff's
that's
reviews are
backward.
going to be
That's
off. Everything's in
backward,
wrong
isn't it?
boxes.
It's
I
not
think
the X1
Maybe this
either,
one.
though.
Maybe this one is the Nugs.
It's
Yeah.
not the
I
X1.
think I put them in the wrong boxes.
Let me see that again. Yeah, that's not the X1 either.
I think. All right, I found a box I thought was it here. Incendi. is
Oh,
the
I
one
don't.
I'm
I
thinking
don't
of.
have the Incendi, so it could very well be. Let's look.
Ooh, reload site. No, I do
Svivi
not.
Incendi.
Yeah, look it up. See if that's it. Because apparently I put it in the wrong box.
Yes, that is the Incendi.
There we go. It's the Incendi with the ivory G10
Yes.
and Damascus. And I like the shape of that blade. I think that's kind of neat. It's got the, I don't know what the groove's for. I'm assuming it's a bloodletting groove when you got to stab a bitch, but by what do I know? I don't
I'm
know.
sure it is.
Yep. Yep. And if my contact at Civivi hears this, I just want you to know that's what we call humor here in the States.
He's not really going to stab a bitch, but it might be in the review.
I certainly hope not. Like I mean, you guys know I have. I feel being self-centered here, taking the whole screen.
Oh, there you go.
I have. What do I have? I have second-degree black belts in 2 different disciplines, and I have some formal training in like knife fighting stuff. I'll tell you what, I want nothing to do with knife fighting. That is some nasty business. And to me, these are not weapons at all. I joke about stabbing a bitch mainly because I think it's funny, in the sense that, things that aren't going to happen are funny when you talk about them. And then this one, RS71, milled ivory and black G10 handle, satin finished Nitro V blade. Oh, that's pretty too. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the Beetlejuice model.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying getting to learn the Civivi product line and play with a bunch of the different.
That's the only one I've ever gotten for review. It's not a Civivi.
Oh, really?
That's the metal one.
It's beautiful, though. Yeah, didn't you get that from the guys at the cigar company that also do knives? Is that right?
Yeah, they reached out on Instagram. It was like, hey, we make knives. I was like, okay, awesome. But yeah, it's all like all metal. It's heavy as shit. But it's got that.
Super cool looking though.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Here, let me make him bigger so we can look at it better.
All right, there you go.
Get that up there. Yeah, look at that.
Except the only bad part, when you close it.
Oh, you still got sharpened area exposed.
Yeah, that's closed all the way. So you gotta keep it in the case.
Yeah, put that in your pocket.
It comes with a little case. It's nice, but yeah, you have to put it in the case. If not, you're gonna get cut. So what I got?
Yeah, Defense Dad says Civivi makes really good budget knives, upper end of budget, but still budget. That's good. I don't think what you were holding up is a budget knife, is it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, it feels pricey.
So apparently, this program has turned into
Well,
talking
yeah,
about knives.
Gary's here.
Yeah. So why don't we look at
geez.
a brisket slicing knife? It has, if you followed anything I've been doing food wise lately, I got a pizza oven, and next thing you know, I've got 3 pizza ovens, and may end up with more here shortly. So I've got knives. Of course, that means the knives are going to start multiplying here in the studio, and when they multiply, they get bigger. So if
You need to get a smoker so you can cook a brisket. Oh,
let's see here. That is an interesting looking knife. Yeah. And and it's actually got a pretty intense edge
Just
on
like,
it.
ow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to bleed on camera, but yeah, that one I'm gonna have to learn what brisket is so that I can use this effectively.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm excited about that assignment.
It's meat.
I think that's gonna be
You
good.
know, when you look at a cow, when you look at a cow and it's got that stuff hanging between its front legs underneath its chin. You know, in a cow, I don't know what you call it, like on a chicken, but cows have that on their body. That's the brisket. Yeah.
Really?
That's what I've been told.
Huh.
So it's
Well,
like in front of the chest, I guess. So it's meat that doesn't
Yeah.
get used, I guess, very much.
Wow.
See, we need the gun snob in here. He's the cattle expert.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. He is too busy to talk with us about anything lately, it seems like. I thought I had another stabby thing down here somewhere
Oh, I'm sure you do.
from that same company, like a food. Oh, there. Oh, it must be big because it's a big box. Steak knives.
Board.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I can't let the wife see these because she'll be like, "Oh, we have to get steak now." Like, no, the
Steak's
brand didn't
expensive.
send steak. Say, here, honey, have some nuts. That's probably what I could do. There we go. A set of steak
Ooh,
knives.
those are
Look at
nice.
that.
Those look fancy.
They are kind of fancy, actually. Kind of digging these. Cut Lux, and it's got the little plastic tip, the little the knife blade condom, which I appreciate. We don't want these knives reproducing in the case, or 4 of them together. I don't want to gender or misgender them at all. But they put the little knife tip condom on because apparently just the tip is enough to cause problems.
Just the
Yep.
tip. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I hear. Yeah.
We've all been
So
there.
I had no idea when this program started that it was going to turn into a knife show, but
I knew as soon as Gary showed up, I was like, "Oh, we're talking knives." That's it.
oh yeah,
That's right.
yep. So I have shown, I believe, all of the knives that I have in the queue, and some of them I've already published some stuff on. Some of them I haven't yet. So, what do you guys have? TJ has shown his knife. I know, Gary, you are a regular recipient of new knives from Civivi and Sencut, right? So,
I have a knife that's not even for sale yet.
oh, show off.
That's right.
So, how
Well,
is
let's
it?
see it.
Do you like it? Is it embargoed? Are you allowed to show it?
It's right
Oh,
here.
hold
It'll
on.
be
Let
on
me-
sale.
I'm gonna make it
I
bigger.
believe Monday. This is the Civivi Sentinel Strike 2.
Oh my!
Ooh.
It
Oh,
is
did you see
button
how he
lock.
flipped that out?
Button lock thumb flipper, aluminum handle with a plastic backspacer that wraps around,
Interesting.
a glass breaker on the end, which is unique for Civivi.
Yeah.
A really nice. You've got a double bevel on that blade. In case you notice, it actually has. It is a hollow grind up to about an inch before the tip, and then the grind changes. You can kind of see the double grind on there. It's a flat grind up towards the front. So rather unique shape on that blade. And
Nice.
yeah, that's coming out Monday, the Sentinel Strike 2. Boom.
See, Jeff, you got to step up your game on the knife stuff. I just didn't understand a word he said, but it sounded good.
Yeah.
That's professional knife talk there. See,
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't try this at home. I'm what you call a professional.
Yeah. Apparently. So let's see. I think that's all I want to talk about for that stuff for now. But since TJ's here, I thought I would go through the bag that we got at the Iraq Veteran event and show TJ. I want to show TJ what I kept that's in his bag.
Cool, nice.
Since he didn't show up, but they were kind enough to give us the additional bag. So we got the shirt. Nice. Here's the event shirt. I'll show you what's on that here in a second. A Dead Air hat, which I should have had. I should ask Mike Pappas to sign that since he was there. That I think would have made that hat more or less valuable. I'm not sure, but more interesting. The little training chip from Mean Arms, so you can introduce a failure into your semi-automatic firearm. We've got crayon eater coffee.
Fantastic.
That was passed out by Devil Dog Concepts. That's pretty cool. Let's see, a bunch of different like printed material about products, which is interesting. Nice. They think we're going to read that.
Yes.
You may. Who knows? Some Silencer Shop stickers. What we found this year is there were some patches like this SDI patch and a Geisley and a GOA patch. But there are a whole lot of stickers this year that we hadn't seen before. Like the ratio of patches to stickers, I think there are more stickers than patches in
stickers
here.
Are cheaper. I don't blame them.
Well, I know. People made fun of me a year or two ago. When
patches are cool.
I'm going with stickers. Now everyone's doing it. There we go. Can anyone identify that one? TKOC. Correct. It's the King of Camo. That would be Nathan Patel and Ryan and all the folks there. They revisited the Make Range Day Great Again. Yep. Really appreciate that. Silencer Central, Freedom Lube. We got the Moss Pawn and Ivy 8888 can hugger.
Koozies. Those are always good for me. I like those.
Okay, I said we'll revisit the design that was on the shirt. This is the design that they had this year. A man's rights rest in 3 boxes, and that's a jury box, a ballot box, and a box of ammo.
Yep, the cartridge box.
Yeah, except for there's 5, but whatever.
Yeah, here we go.
There's a soap box.
Oh,
then the jury box
for the derby, the soap box.
No, saying there's 5 boxes. The jury box, the soap box are missing from that patch.
Well, it had jury, so something else was missing. All right, who can correctly identify what this is?
It's flashlight from Olight. It's the i3E EOS.
Correct. It's a fire starter. Yes. Good job, Gary.
It's also upside down, but that's okay.
Yeah. They had a little first aid kit looking thing with some Band-Aids in case you got a boo-boo.
Nice. Bring that to SHOT Show.
Yeah, and a little can patch from Silencer Co. Oh, speaking of patches, I sent Nancy a note, said, hey, I need patches.
Ooh, so where do you get patches?
If you got ideas, send them to me and we can send the design over to Nancy and see what it's going to cost.
That picture in the bottom right corner, that's the patch right there. That's the patch.
Right corner?
Yep. G-Web's picture. Look at that. Look at that screenshot. That's a patch.
Oh,
there it is.
You want a puppy patch?
That's the patch.
I feel like that would be kind of plagiarizing to do a puppy patch. Like I had a pug that looked almost identical to G-Web's co-host, but he passed several years ago. So I
would imagine he's available to be licensed if you inquire.
Very expensive licensing is available.
Right. Yeah. Exclusive rights.
Well, apparently I took TJ's media pass out of the bag because I don't see it in here. I was going
That's
to
all
taunt him with his media badge, but
I'll be okay.
it's around here somewhere. I don't know.
I'm sure it is.
Feel like I should mail it back to Brandy and say I took this, even though I was pretty confident TJ probably wasn't going to show up. But
Yeah. With that storm coming, I was borderline, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go up there, and then I'm going to lose out on a couple of days of prepping for this thing. So.
Okay, so I do have a question. Let me get back over to the other screen here. And all right, if I come back here and turn that on, who can join me in lamenting that they were unaware of and this is old, right? This band is called Budgie, and the brand is called, the song is Bread Fan. Sounds absolutely ridiculous. It's like this really grainy old video cassette tape like video, but it's actually a really good song. And I was like, how was this made when I was a little kid? And I was not aware of, I'd never even heard the band Budgie. Anyone else heard of them?
Negative.
I got to hear the song.
I feel like we've been cheated, really. I'm not going to play it here, but I will. Just for
I'm going to look it up.
I'm going to copy it and drop it in the
when I
comments.
get my phone, I will look it up.
If anyone wants to check it out, you're welcome to check it out. I did maybe not the greatest song ever, but I heard it and was like, this is catchy. This actually sounds good. How the hell have I not heard of them before? And I was a little upset, so I wanted to share that with everyone. I believe so.
Or Welsh. Yeah. They're Welsh.
Are they?
Wow.
Oh.
That's why we haven't heard of them.
Yeah. Welsh, does that mean that they don't keep their promises? They back out on their promises? They're Welshers? No.
SH, not CH.
Oh, yeah. Suspected as much.
That's why you're here, Gary. So you got to correct
Wales.
Jeff all the time.
Yeah. Someone needs to.
I know. I try. It's sometimes I give up.
Yeah.
Alcohol helps, but
yeah, I mean, you only have so much endurance, right? All right. I think I'm getting all these Civivis back in the correct boxes now.
I hope so, because that would suck if you get to do them. You're like, oh, that's totally the wrong knife.
Yeah. So I did set another product up here that I thought maybe I would open live and try them on. All right. What am I doing? I want to get rid of that. So we're back on the screen. Because I haven't opened these yet at all. From Eddie Bauer. It is Eddie Bauer Smart Eyewear. They call these the Velocity. Black gradient polarized UV 400 lenses. Sounds kind of fancy.
That does sound fancy.
So if you wear those, do they make you smarter?
So they got cameras in them or what?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. I have to use.
We're going to watch Jeff get brainwashed live on TV.
After I just put all the Civivi knives away, I had to grab my old cheapo Smith & Wesson knife to cut
away from the body.
Well, yeah.
Do it safe.
Cut plastic with that stuff, with that thing. Don't use the Civivis for it.
So here's the deal. If I cut myself while the video is running, in theory, that could provide some viral content. That could,
you could do a first aid video, get out the IFAC and everything. That would be cool.
You can do a workers' comp claim too.
I have a couple.
Tourniquet.
New IFACs. Yeah, I have a couple new IFACs downstairs. I actually had to set up I got a stainless steel table, like a 2-level, like kitchen type table, and set it up downstairs to house all the products that are awaiting videos because I didn't have any place to put them. Okay, so in here, one of the first things I'm noticing is we have a USB charger. So that suggests to me, and a USB charge cable, that this must have some sort of electronics in it. So let's see. They have condoms everywhere on these. So that's... They're keeping them protected. All right. So they look fairly normal, but there's a USB port up here. And it looks like, oh, neat. There's a little light over here. You see that blinking right up
we
there?
saw that. Yeah.
I think that these are what do they call the not earbuds that go in the ear, the stuff that the bone induction. That's what I was looking for. I think these are bone induction. Yeah.
Instant Fed Boy. Look at that.
Like Paul Schaefer, man.
Ow. I don't even have a keyboard. Wait a second.
Yeah, I was just thinking that
That's
defense
not
thing.
true.
They live. I was like, he's gonna look and be like, "Where there's a shot show, you can find all the lizard people. It'll be fine."
Yeah. So anyhow, I think that they are. Whoa! It just said power on in my ear. That's crazy. They're really large,
right here.
but I can't see because I don't have my regular glasses on. So yeah, we'll have to see how these work out. Oh, that's neat. There are little buttons up under here as well. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to play with and figure out how they work.
Didn't have any like heads up display or anything going on with the vision.
If so, I didn't see it.
He
but I'm
couldn't
not
see
connected
it. He
to
didn't have his
anything.
glasses on.
I think these are just for audio from what I'm seeing. It looks like it's got the little wavering blue and red light that typically means you need to pair it with for Bluetooth. So I'm assuming that's what that's all about. Comply? What?
All right. So you never saw the movie They Live?
No.
The guy puts on the glasses and he can see all the aliens and he's like, "Oh my God, they're everywhere."
You never seen They Live?
I don't think so.
You don't watch movies or something?
Dude.
You don't watch movies?
I watched too many movies and things.
Dude, how could you have not watched They Live? You've
I'm
seen
here to
Rambo?
kick ass and shoot
Here we
bubblegum.
go.
I'm all out of
Movie
bubblegum.
shaming. Movie
Seen
shaming.
Star Wars? It's not movie shaming. That's a piece of our culture. They talk
That
about They
is.
Live all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a major movie to not see.
It
Have you
is.
seen it, Gizzard?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
From
To me, it's more
1988.
realistic every day. Every day, it's
Oh my
like, wow,
goodness.
we're
The only
right there.
thing that is good about you not seeing it is that you have the opportunity to see it for the first time. But
Yes.
this was a fucking movie. Sorry, we let us swear here. This was a movie from HBO days, like back in the mid 80s or something. And it was on like every single day for weeks. You know, like when HBO was like that.
Yeah.
It's an excellent movie, though. Do you like sci-fi movies?
I do.
Come on. How can you not seen this movie? You don't. You.
Rowdy Roddy Piper is in it.
It's his only movie. The only movie he ever made.
I've seen it then. I just forgot what it was called.
I mean,
Okay.
he had a couple other
Like
movies.
I
This
would
is the
miss
only
a Rowdy
good movie he
Roddy
was in.
Piper movie. Come on.
It's got 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
amazing.
Rotten
The
Tomatoes
only people
anyways,
that
but-
hate it are lizard people.
Yep.
That sounds legit.
You need
Well,
to
you'll
watch
see
it.
when you
It's
see
a
it.
fantastic movie.
It's epic, dude. I can't believe you've missed all the cultural references about it then, because it's like
really?
Star Wars and its cultural references or whatever.
Wow.
You never
Watch
heard
this.
I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass and I'm all out of
All the
bubblegum?
bubblegum.
You never
what
heard of that?
That's where it came
Huh?
from.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
I
You gotta
have
watch
seen
the
this. It
movie.
was years ago, and I'd forgotten that I had seen it.
It's you know why? It was one of those movies on HBO that we all got brainwashed into watching a million times, and then a lot of us just like never want to watch those movies again.
Yeah, but I
That's
see
what
him. He
these
keeps
were.
holding the glasses. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
I see what you're saying. All right. Well, I know what I'm going to do instead of working.
Hopefully,
tomorrow.
they work the same way. And let us know if they do, please.
Yeah. Okay. Meg Foster. See, I got excited. It said I saw Meg. I was like, Meg Ryan? 80s Meg Ryan? No, it's Meg Foster,
Oh,
who's
no,
probably an
no.
amazing actress as well. But no,
Chris is
1988,
asking
I was
about-
married and had 2 kids. Wow. That's why I didn't see it.
That's probably why you didn't watch it then.
Mm.
I was sitting around at home after school or whatever watching that movie
Yep.
over and over.
Huh.
It was always on.
Chris is asking about The Park Is Mine. Y'all seen that one?
what?
The Park Is Mine, an epic movie from I think HBO.
Mhm.
It's about a guy from Vietnam and it's like Rambo, where all his friends get killed by Agent Orange, and then his one friend was gonna do something, take over Central Park, and then he dies, so he takes over Central Park. It's epic. It's really good. It's
Sounds
one of the
compelling.
first AK-47 movies. He's running around with different AK-47 mags. Blue tape is blanks and red tape is, ammo or something.
That's
He's
brilliant.
got claymores all over Central Park, and he takes over Central Park. It's Tommy Lee Jones or whoever.
All right.
You can't
Well,
hardly
looks like
find
I'm gonna
it
be
anywhere, though. It's
busy
hard to
tomorrow.
watch. Well, if you find it, let Chris know, because I remember having to look around. I might have needed to pay for it, maybe on Amazon or something.
Yeah,
It was a hard one
like
to find.
Paramount Plus, anything, or Prime, maybe. Who knows?
I've got Paramount Plus.
Oh, it's $4 on Prime. It looks like.
Yeah,
And
I might if I paid for it on Prime, can I lend it to people, or is that a
I don't
thing?
think so.
I have no idea how that works.
The way Prime
Probably not, because Prime is,
I assume that even if you pay for it, they're still going to run ads on it. The bastards.
For like a quarter, they ought to let you lend it to somebody, like you would have lent your VHS
Yeah,
tape.
they can make more money.
$4 on Prime Video for each of them. All right.
Such a good movie right there.
Those look interesting. Yeah.
Are we
I
just
trust
talking
the
about
government.
movies now?
You'll,
Dude, you never know where this show's going.
right. You remember the
So,
what was
I
that
got
movie
two
that came
movies
out?
to
It was
talk about.
recently. Don't Look Up.
Hmm.
Did you see that one? That's how much I trust our government, because that's exactly what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
I got two movies to talk about if we're talking about movies.
Oh, okay.
Why not? We're out of knives.
Yeah.
So they don't have knives in them, I don't think. The first one is if you like sci-fi movies that are like have twisty, what do you call it, like plots, and you don't really know what's going on until the end kind of thing. And then it all comes together. It's that kind of movie. It's called Cato Lake, about a lake in Texas. And I'll just leave it there because it's an interesting one. It's kind of slow. It starts off like a regular movie, and then you're like, why am I watching this? At least that's what happened to me. I forgot why I was watching it. I'm like, this movie is just some kind of drama. And then it turns into a sci-fi, and it's like, oh, okay, it gets really good. And then the other one is called The Conqueror.
Before you go to the next one, how do you spell it?
Oh, Caddo, Lake.
Oh, I never would have got that. Oh, that's a new movie.
Yeah, it's brand new. Totally worth watching, though. Never Enough Ammo told me about that one, and totally worth it. If you like, I'm trying to think what the other movie. No, I can't think of it. No, I'll think of it when I'm trying to
Stuck
think
this
of it.
in.
All right. Well, you can come back to it if you want.
The other one is called The Conqueror, and that's about a John Wayne movie. So it was Howard Hughes's last movie. It's called Conqueror, about Genghis Khan, and it was John Wayne wrote. What do they call it? Cast to play Genghis Khan. But the movie, this documentary, is about one that it's what's his face's last movie. You know how he's weird and everything, right? And he was locked away. At the end of his life, he was watching this movie over and over and over. And it was a movie that came out, and then John Wayne everybody was playing Asian actors. You know, it was in that era where nobody was cast as Asians. It was all regular,
Right,
like actors in Hollywood, just all wearing makeup to be all the Genghis Khan in that. And then they hired some Indians from Utah to be the what do you call them? What were Genghis Khans? The
Mongolians.
Yeah. So anyhow, it's sort of a documentary about this movie and how Howard Hughes had it made. At the end of his life, he wanted to make this, or at the end of his career, he wanted to make this big movie. He looks around for a place to make it. He makes it in St. George, Utah. Familiar with like southwest Utah, right by Las Vegas. Well, that's years after, not even after they were doing all the atomic testing in Nevada, and this is the desert where all the fallout is in. So what happens is St. George is all the people in St. George are toast. Like they all have massive fallout and they're all dying of cancer and stuff. But then this movie comes along. Well, they begin to start dying of cancer. Like they don't just die immediately. But this movie comes along and now it's a movie town, right? Like they're supplying the movie with extras and catering and, all the stuff that happens in the old days. This is like 1956 or something when they're making this movie. Well, they make this movie. There's dust storms and everything. It's a movie with cowboys, and essentially it's a cowboy movie. It's just that it's about Genghis Khan, right? But it's made in the style of a cowboy movie. There's tons of horses and
they're diving into the dirt and falling off of horses, and dust storms are happening and stuff. I guess back then you could go up on a hill and just watch the atomic bombs go off. You know, they were that close to the atomic bombs, and they were all being told, "Oh yeah, you don't have to worry about nothing."
Sounds amazingly safe.
Yeah, so they take 65 tons of this dirt, drag it back to Hollywood, and put it in the sound stages at, was it RKO or whatever records, you know, to do like the internal, or what do you call, like the inside shots.
Yeah,
so
the sound
everybody,
stage.
the sound stages, and they just coat the stages with this stuff, and so it's all consistent, right? So they have the right color sand essentially. So you can see where it's going. Like, essentially, it's just a documentary about how everybody gets torn apart by cancer, and they figure out at some point, like, it's everybody on this movie. It's everybody in St. George. The government finally said, all right, we'll start paying everybody. And, you know, they gave everybody, like, involved $50,000, which, you know, I'm sure at one time was something, but it was never enough but it's just a documentary about how this thing happened. And then I had no idea. I never even heard about it, because Howard Hughes, it came out. It was a popular movie at the time, but then he spent so much money on making it that it never really made money, even though it was fairly successful. But then he spent a bunch of his money buying every single copy of it back from all the theaters, and no one ever seen it again until that way after his death, like a couple of years ago. It finally came out again. I couldn't find it. I've been looking for it. Maybe it tells you on there where you can buy it. Can you buy it on Amazon? Probably. But anyway, so
it's render by search Amazon.
There's a movie, the movie I'm talking about is called The Conqueror, like the fallout of Hollywood or something. And it's the documentary that's from this year about that. But it really neat. I had no idea about it. And just the documentary, it's really well. Yeah, that one.
Hollywood's Fallout. There he is.
Apparently is not available anywhere right now either. Weird,
huh?
Well, yet it's just new.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it was Netflix or something. Maybe it was like that kind of. It was a pretty well produced movie, though. It had all the kids of the people that were involved, so it was a bunch of Hollywood actors' kids. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for letting me take it on a tangent. Those are some new movies.
Oh, sure. And while you were talking, I dug into some nuts because, you know, why not? So thanks again to our friends at O Nuts for supplying. These were in the green room before the show. TJ, if you'd have gotten here on time, you could have had some.
You know, it's kickball night. You know how it goes.
Dried fruits and nuts.
Nope,
I was eating a bunch of those green nuts.
Pistachio.
That Hollywood Fallout movie, according to what I'm looking at, is free on Amazon Prime Video.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. They don't list that on IMDb.
Highly recommend it.
That's amazing.
Highly recommend it.
That'll be tonight's watch.
Absolutely.
They live, though, Jeff. Fantastic.
Yeah, you need to watch that first. That's more important. Significant.
I'll watch it again. Watch it again. You forgot.
Stay up late, watch them both. Yeah. Double feature.
I have to see if that's
Stay
something.
up late. Jeff doesn't sleep.
That I have.
Popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, I do sleep a little bit, but not like a normal person. All right. How long are we into this? Oh, we're approaching our hour.
Yeah.
It's time for the giveaway.
Giveaway. So tonight, the giveaway is sponsored by.
This is Gear Report. Come on now.
Sponsored by Gizzard Gary Industries. What are we giving away this evening, Gary?
I'm going to give away one of Jeff's knives.
Yeah.
How many people are watching?
A whole lot of joy. That's what we're giving you. That's what you guys get.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I like that one. There you go. Violent Night again. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I watched that movie. It's part of my Christmas.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it last year.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I don't know if I've seen that one either.
I've got so many. I'm like a horrible B movie fan. Like Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm gonna watch Thanksgiving. It's a rogue puppet turkey. It's so I like there's it's so bad, but it's
it's that or Elf. Come on, man.
I will watch Elf too. Elf's in the queue. It's always there.
Well, the one that I can't watch right now is Talladega Nights, because last time I watched it was at TJ's house, and now it just doesn't feel right to watch it without TJ there.
Well, dude, it cooled. It's like a breezy 69 degrees down here now. So I mean, everybody had their jackets on at kickball and stuff. I was like, what's going on? They're like, it's 69 degrees. I'm like, it's okay. It's not 59. It's 69. It's almost 70. A little cold front after the hurricane. It's nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, cold front for Florida.
Violent Night. I don't think I've seen that either. I've got so many things to go watch now. That's amazing.
You don't have time to watch movies, Jeff.
That's a good point. Yep.
I usually watch them when I'm doing the stuff like the repetitive computer garbage that you got to do, like uploading stuff from here to there. I mean, I guess at some point I can pay somebody to do that, but right now I can't. So that's where movies come in.
Yeah, I'll watch them when I'll throw it on. I've got a TV back there, and it's I'll throw a movie on there while I'm doing stuff, taking pictures or tinkering with a gun or something.
Yeah, but once you get those pug royalties in from your licensing, that should help.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pug calendar. It's all coming together. I see it.
All right. So Defense Dad inspired me. Let me see here. I'm going to share a link with you guys. Am I echoing for everyone? Or just some?
Yeah, I hear an echo.
Here we go. That's here's a link if you want to get your own Nakatomi Plaza advent calendar. There you go.
That's awesome.
What's in there? What's in there? Toys or food or what?
I don't.
He just falls a
a
little bit farther every day.
You move him. You move the bad guy down every day. Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hans keeps falling, doesn't he?
because if you're into those things, there's some neat ones like Lego stuff or toys and things that are neat. Every day you get a new thing.
That is.
I'm going to get the bourbon advent calendar. That's my goal.
I did have a chocolate one time, and it had a bunch of the little bottles with booze in them.
Yeah.
I
usually get something like that every year for Christmas. So one of my brothers or something get me something like the chocolate bottles, and I'm like, all right, I'll save that for next year. So I think I've got one up there already. I should probably start looking. It's probably almost time.
My daughter did that for my son-in-law one year. Got him a whole bunch of little boxes that had the little 1 ounce bottles of booze, and he got to open one every day. It's like, oh, sweet, time for Dad to come visit for a while.
Christmas every day.
That's right.
Wow.
See, Jeff, something like that will get you ready for SHOT Show.
Oh, dude, I got to start pre-gaming pretty soon.
Yeah,
I don't start training, man. I'm not going to be.
I'm fired up for it already. I'm like
95 days and 5 hours away.
I am full bore on it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I got to ease into it.
Find us a sketchy place to stay, and let's go.
So are you going? Are you committed?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Okay, because I sent the email.
Call Days In and see if they have any ramps.
I'm already. Days In is too high end. Simmer down now, Gary. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Like Motel 8 is too high for us.
Shots fired.
Gary.
That hurt.
Gary.
That hurt, man.
That's
that's way too close to home, man.
Yeah, okay. Let me get the oh nuts thing off of the screen.
Yeah, I'm committed to that. I've already signed in. I've got my media pass. I'm signed up for freaking range day.
Since you know what?
Since you approved me,
we're gonna go ahead and call this TJ's Happy Hour.
Isn't it always TJ's Happy Hour? I mean, I'm happy.
Dude, and you know what? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I got so busy talking about stabby things that I forgot to do everyone's favorite segment. Hold on.
Jesus.
Let me get this stuff out of the way.
No, it's TJ's Happy Hour. Stop it.
And we're out of time.
No. God, TJ's Happy Hour wasn't an hour. It was like TJ's Happy 30 seconds or something.
Here's what I want to show you. This actually, it showed up and it had some issues. And when I complained, the guy I got it from off of Reverb, which is like eBay for music stuff, he was like, oh, yeah, I never really checked it out. I got it in a trade and I just.
What the hell's up with those strings?
One of them is broken.
Okay.
Well, actually, the string is not broken. The tuner is broken.
Oh,
so I have I have a box of new tuners that I haven't had time to put on it yet.
I thought it was my eyes for a second. I was like, damn, am I getting
But
older?
this is it's like a fiberglass molded top and a wooden back, and it has this rubber gasket all the way around where they're sandwiched together. And it's one of the neatest designs. So it's got these hollow chambers and this, they call it plastic glass. It's like a fiber reinforced plastic type stuff. Really an interesting guitar. But short version of this long story is it wasn't right. It wasn't the way it was supposed to be when it showed up. So the guy refunded me. He felt bad, refunded me the whole money. And I was going to send it back. And he said, you know what, if you want to tinker with it when you have time, just keep it. I'll give you all the money back. Just keep it.
Oh, that's a win-win in
And I
Jeff's
was
book
like,
right there.
holy smokes, that's amazing. So that was Guitarmageddon. I didn't do the whole Guitarmageddon like I normally do, but
You just did.
Oh, there we go. See,
Yep.
the crowd is going wild for Guitarmageddon.
See, aren't you glad you signed up?
Are you getting it? Guitarmageddon. Yeah, there we go. Little
Where's the trademark on that, Gary? You got
little
to trademark that
Def
shit
Leppard.
quick.
Yeah, a little Def Leppard reference there. So speaking of which, we were playing Bullets for Bucks. Steven and G-Webs and I were all playing sometime last week. We were on kind of a live discussion off air. We were playing with a AI tools. Each of us had our own window open, and we were suggesting lyrics. It was making songs. I made a song about TJ that I sent.
I heard it. It was fantastic.
GearReport. I thought that one could be interesting to use, and I made one for Guitarmageddon, a Guitarmageddon theme song to play like the first 20 seconds of. But then I'm like afraid to play it because I generated it in free mode and I don't own the license to it, and I don't want to get in trouble for using, music that I don't own.
Oh no, play it. You could shut down Armageddon. No. Or Guitarmageddon. Sorry, my bad.
That bastard. All right.
Screen's popped up on my screen here.
We'll let him come back. But yeah.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're back.
All right.
Armageddon. All right, let's get that off the screen. And we've exhausted our hour. So thanks to Gizzard Gary for joining us. Gary doesn't show up very often. G-Webs does not join us very often. So I appreciate both of you guys taking the time to be here. Always nice when TJ shows up as well. So didn't have much on the agenda, but I think we ended up with a pretty good show. So thanks to everyone. We'll be back next week, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, is there another comment here? Good evening. Oh, no stones, Gary says. I'm being called out here. That's fine.
You are.
Yep. But we already got the fingers up. So until next time, we'll see you at the range. Oh, and the puppy's even doing it. Good job, guy.